We've been naive in what other people are doing or trying to accomplish for our benefit. As we move into these exciting times of, our talks about diversity, equity, and inclusion, and as people are more committed to this idea of diversity, equity, inclusion, because we all know, or we're learning, that it's to all of our benefit. It's to all of our benefit to have inclusion, equity, which is we all have an opportunity. It's unequal, but somehow equity equalizes it, so we all have an opportunity for at least a chance. And it's to all of our benefit. But as we move into these times, diversity, equity, inclusion, we can't be naive, because we're honest. We're honest. People are honest. People of color are honest. In particular, we're very honest and sincere, and we want to do what's right. But how we've gotten ourselves in trouble now and in the past is that we're naive in our honesty. We've been naive in what other people are doing or trying to accomplish for our benefit. We have to understand that people have agendas, and people will leverage their agendas against us, or people will leverage their agendas to get what they want. So we can't be naive in that. We have to have an understanding that even though we're going to be honest and forthright, all of us, we will see and understand that people are leveraging. We won't be offended by it. We'll have an understanding of it, that people are going to leverage their agendas against our right, against what we think we need to do for equity, inclusion. And we learned that the most in this Trump era, when we watched Trump, who talked about voter fraud, which there isn't voter fraud, but he talked about it, but he leveraged it. He leveraged this idea of voter fraud for his benefit. There's no such thing. It didn't happen. But he leveraged it for his benefit. He's still talking about it. He won't let it go. And we can learn from that people will do anything and leverage anything. There's so many people that believed in him and they're talking about this voter fraud, and they don't even believe it. And I said believed in him, but they don't even believe this voter fraud. They're just leveraging it to get what they want. They didn't win the election, so they're leveraging it. And the vast majority of Americans, we know it's not true. Even though a lot of us are talking about it, we know it's not true. It's just leverage. He gave us leverage, he gave us talking points, and so here we are talking about voter fraud. But the point is, it's the same thing with diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's the same thing with voter suppression. People will leverage against it, and they'll say things that come across as believable, something to stick. They're looking for something to stick for leverage. So it's not about right or wrong. It's about leverage. So as we all move towards this idea of diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace and society with police, we have to understand that and not be naive and see leverage for what it is. It's leverage. You ignore it. You fight against it. You make a stand with it, but you don't accept it. You don't accept it, the leverage. You don't accept the leverage with police and the reasons why there's police brutality. You don't accept it. You don't accept the reasons why not getting funds for education, people of color aren't getting the funds for education. We don't accept it. We don't accept political views and this voter fraud bullshit. We don't accept it. We don't accept voter suppression. We don't accept it. We don't accept reasons why people shouldn't be voting. No, it's a no. We don't accept inequality on jobs and the leverage they get and the things that they say about people of color, why there's not equality on jobs and those kind of things. It's just leverage. Leverage to justify the mindset that they have so as they can feel comfortable as they move forward to block people of color for whatever they're trying to do. It's leverage, and we don't accept it. That's all I got.